Yay! This is a celebration of aliveness. It's a magic show. This is God's mind. You are God. You are God talking to itself in the imagination, appearing as a screen of faces. And it's so immediate and intimate.
It's a
The sea.
concept. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's a concept
Yeah.
that I'm still struggling with. I'm getting there, but it's it is tough to wrap break the what we've been told for so long. And I've gotten
Mm-hmm.
glimpses of it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I've seen Raj on a Zoom call with another YouTuber that was my first, and this would have been my second. You popped up probably a month or so ago and just blew my mind. Wow,
Yay.
right? And then from there, that's kind of the rabbit hole that I'm going down now. It's just
Yeah. And it's
it's
not a
interesting.
concept. It's
Yeah.
not a thought. Yeah.
It was
Um,
what
hmm?
it was what teacher, right? It
Uh,
was what teacher?
Anna, Anna Sun.
Anasan. Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It was I think last week maybe.
I remember. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've the story that I shared was that I've been awakening for maybe a year and a half and guided to use substance to open up. And I've seen um, basically was taken to uh, where I was just pure consciousness. It was everything but nothing all at once. It was just white. And it was a scary concept to what I as I was sitting there, I actually thought I had put myself in hell because I was thinking, uh-oh, now there's nothing. But there was a thought or a feeling that came across that just said, think of something. And as soon as I did, it appeared on the screen of whatever, or it's hard to explain because when you try and explain it, you're not really explaining anything. It's right.
Can't be explained.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
Beyond words, yet is the words.
mhm.
Can't be explained, but is the explaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. So um yeah, and in Advaita they talk about the noumenal is the phenomenal. Or they explain it too, like the Pada Brahman, the pure awareness, like um and I most of this burned up in the dumpster fire, by the way. All beliefs and concepts died, and all the shit that I studied, you know, was thrown into the incinerator. But um it is fun to look at, and actually lately I've been, just for fun, reading some of the old Advaita books just to see um how uh, it's discerned now or something, just for fun, which has been really fun. But Pada Brahman, like the pure, what they say is pure awareness, untouched, untainted, without qualities, absolutely no thing, nothing, absolute, permanent. They also call it the substratum, you know, and then just like in deep sleep, where uh, nothing is not being aware of itself. It is itself. It doesn't need to be aware of itself. Um, but through the imagination, through what's called, Brahman or consciousness, the waking, whatever, it's playing with itself. It's through the mirror of opposite. So the formless, through the appearance of the imagination, which is just this concept. as God's mind, a form. The silence can appear as sound, the formless can appear as form, the emptiness can appear full, the nothing can appear as everything, making love to itself through the conceptual sensations of everything. And it's one totality appearing to function as the whole imagination. So even the tiniest minute detail contains everything that could possibly be or not be. So it's everything. Everything is everything is everything is everything is everything, which is nothing. And it's singular, so it's not real. It doesn't really exist. It's not solid. It's not tangible. It has no substance, but can appear to through the senses. And the senses are just, a mental construct or in God's mind. So this is just formless appearing as shapes, and it's one seamless, formless God appearing as faces on the screen, appearing as bodies, chairs, dogs, cats, houses, and appearing as ordinary life. What is it like to be? What is it like to feel pain? What is it like to not be real but feel real? How amazing is that? To not exist and then appear to exist when you don't, and to even take that for real, through the veil of resistance, which is just another concept or a thought. So it's all just concepts and thoughts. Even the body is a concept. It's not real. It's not a real body, and there's no one in the body. There's no one controlling the body. It's just appearing in God's imagination, the body, which is, you are God. So these bodies are appearing in the infinite imagination to have fun with itself. It's playful. It's not serious. It has no purpose. It has no meaning. It has infinite meaning, which is no meaning. So it can mean anything. It can be anything. And just like how the imagination can abstract, or just like the observer effect in quantum physics, or even the principle of correspondence in the Hermetic principles, like a radio station, if there's a resonance on something, you can attract evidence of what's being believed. It's just all make believe, it's all playful.
It is like it is playing with itself.
Yeah, playing with
And
itself. God.
actually, there was a saying that the universe is nothing but a joke. It is a cosmic joke.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not even happening. It's not even real. None of this is happening. And it's literal too. It's like this, immediately this it's beyond intimacy. It's like even this, the attention is everything. So the attention on the screen is being screen, immediately. And it's literal too. It's just screen of faces. And that's it. There's no story. There's no context. There's no the rest of the body. That would be an abstraction of the imagination, which it can do. The imagination can assume that there's a rest of the body, and then there's a story behind those eyes, but there's nothing. It's nothing. Nothing appearing as faces, nothing appearing as screen. And the seeing, the seer, the scene is the seer. It's one. So whatever's being paid attention to, looking at this face as being this face,
So nothing exists outside of this?
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, this is that whatever's immediately appearing is everything. And there's nothing before, nothing after. There's no time. So there wasn't even a beginning to this call. And then where's the after? I don't see a before or after. You can't,
I can understand that when you put it in the concept or think of a dream
Mhm.
where you're just kind of dropped in a dream at night.
Yeah.
I can understand it that way. But
Mhm.
what I get hung up on is I can understand that if I'm sitting here and I'm now looking at you guys on my screen, that you are a concept that I am creating, possibly. No one else
No.
exists. No? How
Well,
does
there's no creating. There's no energy can't be created or destroyed. It's just,
changes?
yeah, it's like a magic trick. It's just, and it's not really happening. It doesn't really exist. And there's no one, there's no other. It's just one. It's singular. So it's one being talking to itself and in the imagination. So it's not even like the dream at night where no one's doing it, no one's in it, no one's controlling it, and then you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh wow, that was a dream. It didn't even happen. And this, like a daydream, too, it's imagination. It's not real. It's not really happening.
I my
Actually, I
favorite.
think
Go ahead.
I think when we have this kind of realization that we are dreaming, this kind of realization includes a death of self. Like my story has needed to get this realization that I am no more, I am part of cosmic energy.
It was breaking up a little bit. Um, so you're saying in your can you repeat part of that again? I couldn't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, of course. Of course, I said that when we have this realization, this include a death itself or a death of story.
Mm, damn, it was still breaking up. I'm trying to abstract what was happening. Um, yeah, this is so like the noumenal that is without qualities or concepts or story is appearing as qualities,
It is
concept,
not
story.
easy because we are clinging to ourselves, we are clinging to that story because it is so familiar to us.
Yeah, and that's impersonal. That's just that's just spontaneous and personal ideas and thoughts arising in the infinite imagination of emptiness, of nothing. It's nothing appearing as thoughts, just like when you watch a thought, it arises from emptiness, it disappears back in emptiness before you can even grasp it, and then you can't find it again. And then even if you look for what's perceiving the thought, that's empty too. It's silent. So this is empty. It's empty. So there is actually the dilemma with the seeking is the seeker is the sought. The what you're looking for is the looking. Is so what you're longing for is the longing. It's it's everything. Whatever's appearing to happen is already this, is already everything. And you can't get outside of what is to become it or be separate from it or to attain it. You know, it's already immediately this. And this is immutable. It's seamless. It is and it isn't. It's not real. It's not really happening. It's just pure energy, pure aliveness appearing as this. And the seeking is an innocent, I like the analogy of God playing hide and seek with itself because it doesn't need to find itself. It doesn't need to wake up from the dreams. But through resisting what is, which is just another idea or concept that's innocently arising from emptiness for no one already. There already is no one. But with that resisting or rejecting what's appearing to happen, it can pretend to avoid its own absence, which it is already absent. That's the funny part. It's already absence pretending to avoid abstinence. So the comedy is there's no one to be liberated because there's already no one. So there can be this fantasy of enlightenment where it's like I'll be in a state of bliss, or it'll just be one continuous state or something. But that's just a thought and a concept in the imagination. Who's thinking that thought? No one. There's no one there. No one's thinking the thought. And that's just a thought. And what the recognition is that, holy shit, I'm nothing. I'm empty. There's nothing. And there's not even anyone to wake up. That's the awakening.
And
The awakening
actually,
is.
there is a kind of liberation when we think this way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it
we
is
are
liberation.
liberated from our burdens, from ourself, from our story and history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
there
can't
is
get any freer than
shedding.
being nothing.
Yeah, this is so true.
Yeah, you can't be any freer than you don't exist. Yeah.
And
But
I believe it should be an actual process. So for me, for example, I believe I am something. And to let go of my story, it is a gradual process.
and that's just a thought arising from nothing, and nothing's perceiving that thought. Like, even if you close your eyes and look for that thought again, you can't find it, or it's empty, or it's silent. It's just a thought arising.
There is an irony in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Life, sometimes I like to see a life as a deep.
I couldn't hear the last part.
Sometimes I love to see life as a deep lie. It is a lie.
Oh yeah. It's just imagined. Yeah, this is just imagination, or being dreamed by, it's God's dream, and you are God dreaming. So it's not really happening. You're not in the body. You're not doomed. You're not finite. You're not harmed by what's appearing to happen. You're immortal and invincible, and just playing with your
There's no
non-self.
rules.
There's no rules. There's no cause and effect. There's no meaning. There's infinite meaning, which cancels itself out to no meaning. It can be anything. It's energy that it can appear as anything, like a shapeshifter. Like
But
a chair is not bound to being a chair. It appears as a chair, but it's infinite energy, infinite potential appearing as chair that can be anything.
this is tough. I am getting it. Like, I'm totally open to it. And I tell people what I am, quote unquote, learning. And it's hard. It's not too many people that understand. Like, for example, my ex, who kind of, I guess, got me on this awakening, if you can even call it like that's, I have such a hard time even talking about kind of how I got here, because it's just a story. Like,
and you never got here. Like, this literally just appeared just now. Nothing happened before this.
and that's
Yeah,
tough.
it's crazy.
That's tough for me. Yeah.
It's crazy. Well, this isn't like a intellectual understanding, or this is like beyond all of that. It's like an energetic understanding, you could say, or and it can't even really be explained. We can point around it, but even the pointing is it. So it's like every word is a contradiction, because it's the opposite of what is, because this is wordless appearing as words, formless appearing as form. It's like through the mirror of opposite, experiencing itself as which is and isn't, because it doesn't exist and it's not real. But yeah, it can appear as a process, but it can be seen or energetically recognized that it's timeless. So so there would have never been time for an event of an awakening or a past for anything to occur, or even now for an event to be. So it's just immediately already done. There's nothing to wake up from. There is no one already. That's the joke. When you look for a me that you're trying to get rid of, you can't find it. There's silence. There's just emptiness. That's the joke. That's it. That's it. There's nothing. There's nothing to get rid of. There never
What
was a
is
me.
the concept of time? Because in our ordinary life, we are experiencing time as future and as past. So what is the reality of time?
Well, that doesn't even make any sense actually, because if you're like, when does the past stop for the present to begin? When does the future start and when does the present end? That doesn't make any sense. It's always this. It's always this. This is
So is
immediate.
there dimensions in reality? For example, is there a third dimensional reality, and reality that is has fourth dimension, or is it just one
Dimensionless.
reality that is
Yeah, it's just
infinite?
singular, infinite. The noumenal is the phenomenal. The absolute is the relative. It's one. It's not even two sides of the same coin. There is no sides or coin. It's just this. And this isn't
This one,
happening. It's wild.
is it nothingness or it is everything? Because I believe there is two spiritual schools. One of them describe this infinite as as nothingness, and other school describe it as everything.
It's the same. Nothing is everything. Everything is nothing. This is nothing happening. This is nothing appearing to happen. And it's just being imagined, which is not even really happening. And even that's is a concept. It's just, it's emptiness from which everything is appearing, all concepts, all like I like how Sri Ramana, while I'm digging into these old books, he used the analogy of the cinematic, the cinema, the movie. I love using the analogy of movie theater and a play with no actors and like with empty, in a theater of empty seats, but also like the projector. I love using that analogy because it's like a single frame, but then the linear time, or the holding on to the past, which is the heavy backpack of the story of me, is when there's a resistance to what's appearing to happen, which is like sticky. It's sticky. It's like gluing to, this is real. This is really happening to me. And then this, which is timeless and not even really happening, is like put together in a film strip called My Life. And it's but this is not even really happening, and it's appearing and disappearing too fast for you to even hold on to it. It's like, where are these words going? It's gone. It's, this is new, this is new, this is new, this is new, this is new. So there never was a life. You were never born. You could ask, am I being born right now? No, there's just looking at a screen. And this isn't happening. But this was just a beautiful way for that which can't be known, for that which is formless, which doesn't exist, to appear to through the imagination and make love to itself and fall in love and have friends and family. I remember, even though it's just a memory that's arising now, but it wasn't a past event, but as I was a child, I remember loving playing dolls and playing house. It was very ordinary, but it was so magical. It was like I pretended to have babies and I was making dinner for my family. And And that's what it is. It's just God playing else. It's like, you know, it's beautiful. And it's through the ordinary. It's through the smell of or the taste of chocolate, or through, you know, even every just mundane or ordinary word. It's just shimmering and radiant and just alive and new, and no one's seeing it, no one's perceiving it. Like the seeing is being. There's no subject object.
In your videos, you said that you were just dropped into this. It's all of a sudden just
Yeah, I kind of had a freak situation where where I didn't even know about the term non-duality. I wasn't trying to be enlightened or anything. That's why that's why everyone says it's uncaused. There is no process. There is no, you can be a total crackhead laying in jail, and, you know, all of a sudden it's obvious there's no me, and this is empty, or this is not even happening, or, and it doesn't even need to be obvious. I mean, because it already is this. That's what I'm saying. There's no event. So most of the people I talked to didn't even notice, because there is no difference. It's the same, because already there is no me, there is no doer. And I love how science and quantum physics and everything backs this up now. It's just like they're even saying, you know, they've even proven that there's no individual in the body. The body is just acting like a biological robot. It's just doing shit, and no one's controlling it. And then there can be 7 seconds later the thought, which is just the thought and imagination appearing for no one. I did it, but no one even thought that or even did that, you know? It's just a spontaneous thought arising for no one. So yeah, there's literally nothing to get. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Is there another option for being, I feel like I'm kind of being drip fed, almost conditioned before, I don't know. I've seen different things.
Mm-hmm.
I've been exposed to different things, but then I come back, I guess, resist and come back to just my normal life.
Yeah, Rose, I love how Rose talks about this. Oh my God, I love Rose. She says that she has the thought that it can be so shocking for some systems or something, or bodies or whatever, that it can appear gradual, and it's kind of like a slow death, or like a slow obviousness or something, which makes sense.
Okay.
It makes sense to me that some are like dropped in, and then some are gradual. Jenny got to have both, which is fucking awesome, because now I can talk about both.
Right.
Even though it's just and also what was mentioned earlier about learning, there is no past, there is no time, there is no learning anything. This is just infinite intelligence speaking. So the words are simultaneously being defined immediately. No one learned these words. No one learned English or how to define these words. It's just God speaking.
But why we resist to realize this truth? There is a resistance inside us. What is the cause of it?
There's no cause. There's no one doing it. It's just like Alan Watts' analogy of God playing hide and seek with itself in a dream just for fun. There's no meaning or purpose. And just like a dream at night where it's just spontaneously appearing and unfolding, there's no one in the body doing anything. There's already no doer. Thoughts are just spontaneously arising in the infinite imagination, appearing and disappearing. And the clinging to a thought is the thought. There's no one clinging to the thought. The belief in the thought is the thought. There's no one believing the thought. There's no one perceiving. If you look for that, it's empty. You know, it's silence.
But to look at it is not easy.
To look at it, you said?
Yeah, to look at it, it is not easy. I mean, first you need to let go of your resistance, then you can look at the truth and you can see that the death of your story, for example.
Yeah. Well, there's already no one doing it. So there's already just total silence, total absolute, total spaciousness, pure, uninvolved, no qualities, formless, appearing as spontaneous thoughts, appearing as a thought of resistance, appearing as this isn't it. The thought, this can't be it. And that's just innocently arising already for no one. There's no one doing it. And it can just be seen by no one or recognized that even that's it. Everything's it. Everything's the beloved. Everything's God. So it can be seen that even the me that I'm trying to get rid of is it. And the seeking is it. And the longing is it. The seeker is the sought. The longing is what I'm longing for. Oh my God. So then it's like, what is there to resist? If the me is it too, if the feeling of separation is it too, oh my gosh, it's game over. It's like everything collapses. It's like everything's free to be. It already is free to be. It's already freedom. It's already freedom arising as this isn't free, which is the comedy, because it's already free. There's nothing to get rid of. And I also see the concept or thought and the energy of resistance. I see it as an alarm system to wake up. And there's only so far you can pull back the slingshot. You know what I mean? Like when the resistance is really hard, when it's like excruciating, I see it as it's screaming, wake up. It's like it's screaming, this isn't happening. This isn't real. And there's no separation. That's what resistance is screaming. And how else would you have, it's just a brilliant way. Even this is a concept of waking up from the dream without that alarm clock of discomfort. I remember when my boys slept in the bed with me and they would have a nightmare at night and the thrashing woke me up. So then I would shake them, wake up. It's like that resistance is the shaking, and which is just the fun game of hide and seek. It's just playful. It's playful. No one's doing it. There's no purpose. It doesn't need to do this. It doesn't need to know itself because it is itself. You can't get outside of what is to know it because you are all there is. You can't get outside of what is to be separate from it. And there's literally nothing that needs to be done. It's not even happening. It's going nowhere already.
So just go with the flow and enjoy your life.
That's what appears to happen when it's obvious that the seeker is the sought and there's nothing to get, and this is just emptiness arising as thoughts and concepts and stories, which is not even real. It's formless. And so then when the seeking stops, it's like Tony says, the adventure begins, because it's free. It's totally free for whatever the hell appears, and you're not resisting to it because there's no identification or thoughts arising that this is happening to me. So it's free. Anything can happen, and it's you as the noumenal or the absolute, just are untouched by whatever's appearing to happen. And you're invincible. It doesn't matter what happens. You never die. You were never born. You're eternal. Nothing can happen to you.
Well, I can go and walk in front of a vehicle.
No, that doesn't.
See, that's where I get hung up. Like, I don't
Okay.
understand when I asked, what are the rules? Like, if people understood this, I think there would be anarchy.
No, there's no free will, because you
Oh.
can't get outside of the whole to change it. You can't get outside of what is to control it.
Okay.
There's no doer already. It's just automatically happening on autopilot, just like the dream at night where there's no control what's appearing to happen. It's just spontaneously happening. Same with
I
this,
think I'm in control of my dreams. It's weird.
like a
I can-
loose. Oh, okay.
yeah, I fly all the time and I do spins and
That's cool.
I laugh at people because I'm flying by them. Like they're getting way more weird.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm talking to people in my dreams about stuff that I'm learning here in this dream.
yeah,
Is really odd.
Yeah, that's just that appears. Yeah.
Okay.
It can appear to feel like you have volition, but there still is no one doing it. It's just magically unfolding. So there wouldn't be a choice whether or not to jump in front of a car or not. It just it would happen or not spontaneously. It's not, but what I'm saying is you as this is infinite boundless energy is invincible, is immutable, is not inside the body.
Mhm.
You could
But
say the body
why
is inside it. The body is appearing within
I understand.
God's mind. Yeah.
why we feel inauthentic? I mean, we feel that we are not ourselves, and there is an urge to find who we really are.
Yeah, not everyone, that's not everyone. So this is God dreaming this, God dreaming all of these infinite qualities. What is it like to be this character? What is it like to be this character? What is it like to have these qualities? What is it like to be born deformed? What is it like to be born with a disability? It's everything,
It is
you know?
perfect already.
Yeah,
Nothing to
I
be
have,
achieved.
I have a sister that has the perfect, I call her Barbie and Ken because the husband looks like Ken, she looks like Barbie, and they have a perfect life, living in Barbie mansion, like with their material stuff, and they've never questioned who am I and what the hell am I doing here, and I need to wake up from the dream and I need to be enlightened or liberated. It's just, you know, this is God imagining this,
This is how the
playing with
infinite
itself.
want to manifest.
It's not even caused or it's almost like a random gamble or like a random, it's like chaos thrown into this imagination of infinite potential and just a random selection of these, you know, and it can be anything. So there's no time, there's no destiny, there's no script, there's no so but yeah, it's all of it. So it's like, what is it like to play hide and seek and want to find myself? What is it like to, seek in material possessions? And the seeking can make it appear real because there's resistance in there. And that's just like the GPS system, it's like, so even when there's always some kind of seeking, there's like, unless there has been some bodies in the imagination that were born already cooked or whatever you want to call it, where it's not even there's no seeking or no identification with self-consciousness or me or the or latching onto the concept or idea of being the body and mind. So yeah, anything could happen. It's just and I've noticed that most of these earnest, hardcore, passionate seekers, like me, I was fucking hardcore. I was obsessed. I was it was excruciating. I was so passionate about this, which is just God worshiping itself, God looking for itself. And then that's I've noticed, Nisargadatta talked about this too, like those ones that are being imagined that those bodies that are being imagined that are super hardcore. I mean, it's like pulling back that slingshot and it's like, you know.
That's kind of where I am. It seems like I'm kind of hardcore and it's like I just keep seeking. It's like I've got to find the answer. I got to find the answer. And it's a struggle date some days. Like it's just
And then it might just be obvious that there's nothing to get, that it's just this. Yeah. And then you might laugh and be like, oh my God. And Rose, I like how she says it. She's just like, oh, you know, because it was like a non-event. It was like almost like a disappointment, like, oh, that was it. Because it's empty. Just like if you close your eyes and look for the me, it's empty. There's nothing to get. So how could you liberate the me if there's no me? How can you get rid of something that doesn't even exist?
It is a subtle and a delicate thing.
It was breaking up.
It is a subtle thing to realize that you are already seeking for someone and you are already it.
You're already it, yeah. Yeah, you can't find it. You'll never find it because you are it. That's the joke. It's like the dog chasing its tail. It's like it'll keep on the hamster wheel until it's just like, oh my gosh, there's nothing to get. There never was a me. That was just a story. That was just a concept in the imagination. And this is timeless. And there's no before this. Where's the before? Where's the after this? Where's the after this where I can become liberated? It's too literal. It's too easy. It's too simple that it can be easily overlooked. Like Tony said, hiding in plain sight by already being everything, by already being what's appearing to happen. Just looking at a screen, that's it. That's what you're longing
But we
for.
are easy. We are much inside of ourselves.
I'm sorry, can you repeat it?
It is easy. I agree with you, but it is not easy from the perspective who live the story, because we are so much inside of ourselves.
Yeah, but the story is in emptiness. You can't even find the story. The story's empty. The story, you could say, is just appearing in empty consciousness. This is just, you could say, just consciousness, just pure imagination, pure.
But we are fighting to hold on to that story.
There's no one fighting, though. That's, if you look for who's fighting, you can't find it. It's just a thought.
It is from the perspective of the individual.
Yeah, but there's no, you can't even find an individual that has a perspective. That's the crazy part. When you look for it, it's empty. So it's just random, spontaneous concepts arising in emptiness. So the substratum, like Sri Ramana said, the substratum, all of this is appearing from that, you know, and it's just, you are the substratum, you are the absolute, the infinite, from which all of these thoughts, sensations, everything's appearing, but you're untouched by all of it. You're pristine, immaculate.
So it's based on thoughts and imagination.
Yeah, this is the way through which nothing can experience something, is through the imagination, which is not solid. It's energy. It's not real.
And that's God's imagination.
That's what I call it, but it's
but am
nameless.
I not God?
You are God. You're God imagining this. Yeah.
Can I imagine? I have a very vivid imagination. Can I not change anything?
Try to change it right now. Try to do
Well,
something.
no, I understand
Yeah.
that, but there's other people that I watch on YouTube that say that, you can shift your reality based on your imagine. If you can imagine it, then it exists because everything is infinite. Infinite for
Yeah, and
you.
even there would be no doer doing that because I did that for a long time. I did study all of that. I studied quantum physics. I studied the laws of the universe that doesn't exist, and I did see a lot of magic, but that was what I was talking about before, where like the observer effect in quantum physics, or the it's like a radio station where you're resonating on a frequency, or you're resonating on something, and then you'll attract evidence, and then the abstraction of the mind can just kind of just focus on that part, and it's like a selective attention to that, and then it's like, oh, I did that, I manifested that, but it's ignoring the million things that you didn't manifest, because thought is singular. Thought is everything, and it has nothing to do with what's appearing to happen. A thought arises spontaneously, and in emptiness is everything. No before, no after, no other, no beyond, and it has nothing to do with what's appearing to happen. But there can be an abstraction of the imagination being like, oh, because I had that desire and I held the vision, I manifested that. It's just a magic trick. Yeah, and there's no choice whether or not to do that. I did that for years. I had no choice. There was no one doing it.
Right.
It was just appearing in God's imagination of infinite potential, appearing as, what is it like to think I have volition and and power and magic, and I'm a witch.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
But yeah, so just like the dream at night, just like seeing that even playing out as a dream, like there was no choice, there was no one doing it, there was no control whether or not to do that, or whether or not to try to manipulate or think that I create my reality, or it was being dreamed by no one. No one was dreaming it. It's just an empty spaciousness appearing as idea or concept. But just like I could say right now, okay, so just like as if a thought came, baby Jesus is going to walk up to my front door and ring the doorbell and give me $1 million right now. Where is it? That would be cool. Yeah, thoughts don't have any power. Thoughts are power, everything, because it's singular. You'd have to have two for manipulation, power, control, all of that. It's you're one. You're one. You can't get outside of the whole. And the even the concept of the whole imagination being one totality appearing to function as a whole, it's all functioning. Even the analogy of the body is beautiful, how the body is just involuntarily functioning. The heart's beating, you're not telling the heart to beat, the blood's pumping, the cells are communicating, whatever. It's a magic show. And so it could be seen like that, like the whole imagination is one body, one totality functioning as a whole. So it's all just harmoniously with opposites and compensation and all of these things, like balancing and harmony, and doing itself spontaneously, chaotically. It can appear as order, but it's total chaos, because it's singular. Whatever's appearing to happen is singular, without a cause or effect or time, but it can appear as order when there's a reference point, or there's a referencing its opposite. There can be a making a story of it, or which is the imagination. And that's how.
But why it wants to imagine and why it is creating stories, this infinite potential or this energy, why there is a need, for example, to make stories and to appear as individuals.
No need. There's no need, no purpose, no cause, no meaning. So like, just like I like to use the analogy of kids. Like if you ask the kid on the playground, why are you playing? I don't know. No meaning. There's no meaning to this. And it doesn't need to happen. It doesn't need to appear as anything. And it's not even really happening. This doesn't even really exist. It's not even really happening. So this is needless, wantless, deathless, desireless, appearing as wants and desires, and I see it as playful. I see it as like a child, you know, innocent. Doesn't need to happen. I remember that was one of my first revelations, or whatever you want to call it, was, oh my God, I'm not even in the body, and I don't even need a body. This is all just ephemeral and energy. It's just imagination. It's stunning. It's stunning. Oh my God, how is this? How is nothing appearing as everything? This is freaking amazing. Yeah. Doesn't need anything. And this is, no one knows this. This is unknowable. You are the unknown. You can't get outside of this to know it, you know? That's the other thing. It's like, if you imagine being the only one in the world, there wouldn't be a world. But also, even if you just for fun imagined if you're the only one in the world, you wouldn't know what you were, because there would be nothing to compare yourself to. So through this mirror of opposite, you can make love to yourself or feel or sense yourself energetically. But you can never, I mean, you can't get outside of everything to know what you are everything. So this is unknown, this is unknowable. And Advaita says that, like, the Pada Brahman, or whatever they call pure awareness, like knows everything. But who knows that? What the fuck? That's a concept too. Like, that's, you know, like, how would you know? I mean, just like, even if you imagine, pretend like you know, even if it felt real that you were born, even though you can't prove that, because are you being born right now? You're, you know, there's just this. But even if you did think it was real that you were born, and you ask yourself, what was I before I was born? What's that? It's like deep sleep. You don't know. It's pure. It's like it is itself. So it doesn't need to know itself. It's like the noumenal. The noumenal. And the definition of noumenal is something as it is in itself, independent of perception and the senses, appearing as phenomenal, which is through the conceptual sensations can experience itself. So it's like nothing can experience something through concepts in the imagination. And I have no clue what this is going to say. Like, there's no knowing this. This is just, everything that's said is just spontaneously arising from emptiness. No one knows this. No one knows what's going to happen in 5 minutes. There is no future. There is no in 5 minutes. But even like these chats, like, there's nothing planned. Just like you don't make, even the plan wasn't planned. And even the choice, there's no choice to make the choice. It's just spontaneously happening. It's crazy. I have no clue what's happening.
And there was no other option than what happened.
Yeah, there's no choice. There's no one
That
doing
is
it.
crazy.
It's crazy. It's like there's no choice to get on this Zoom or to talk on this Zoom, or because there's no one doing it.
Yeah, because I think I made the choice to get
Mm-hmm.
on here at 4 p.m. Eastern to listen,
Mm-hmm.
but that was going to happen regardless, or it didn't happen,
It didn't happen.
right?
It didn't happen, but even if you look for where did the thought come from to make the choice, that's emptiness. It arose from nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing.
No, it's a thing in an email you sent the other day. That's where I got it from. No, it's I can go from throughout the day from being real high, like a high to being like understanding the concepts and everything, and then to a, well, now what? And you start thinking of things, well, it's not even my thoughts now. Like I better go have a coffee. Well, I don't even have a coffee. Like I just feel it's hard to, yeah, it's just hard to,
You'll never get it. Yeah,
I know.
it's a joke. It's a joke.
That's the fighting of it, right?
Yeah,
I think
it's a comedy.
my slingshot is stretched pretty far, I think.
You're gonna call me laughing.
It's going to be quite a whoosh moment.
Yeah,
I'll go flying.
yeah. And it's a non-event too, like how Rose said. It was like, oh, really? Just that? Just this?
Who is Rose that you speak of?
She's, if you look up Rose non-duality, she's got a
Okay.
channel. She's from Amsterdam. I love
Okay.
her. Yeah. She's very literal, like very points to how literal and easy this is. It's like, I love how every speaker has, just like God's infinite imagination of what it's like to be, infinite qualities appearing, unique, but it's the same God, same energy appearing to, to speak in unique ways. I love how it's all saying the same thing, but in appearing, as unique ways.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no right or wrong way to speak about this. There's no rules, there's no authority. Everything's free. Everything's free. There's no words that are in jail or needing to be held back, or it's just, I mean, even saying, what are you having for dinner tonight is saying this, it's the ordinary, or the ordinary is the extraordinary. So there's no meaning, no need to get this or need to figure anything out. It's just amazing. It is, like Rosa says, the question is the answer. It's like the why is the answer. It's
Is it Rose or Rosa?
There is
oh,
to
this
be
is a different one.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rosa, not the,
All right.
yeah. I'm trying to remember her station. Simply Perfection or something. I don't know. You look up Rosa
Sure.
non-duality, it all pops up.
Not two.
Yeah, I think that's
Not
Sander.
two, neither.
Yeah, that one's Sander station.
Thunder.
And then hers was she says total perfection a lot, so I think that's in the title. Just this total perfection. I can't remember. It'll pop up if you look, or I can message you. Are you on, or how about you email me and I can send you stuff?
Okay.
I don't know if you're on my Facebook or anything.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll look for you there. That's
Okay.
easier.
I don't know if it's Brent or if it's.
How
I
about you
guess-
message me?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is it. There's nothing to get. And it's not even, I mean, even this isn't happening. It's amazing. You are the beloved. You are the lover that you've always longed for. You are it. You can't find it because you are it. Yay! There's nothing to get. Everything that's appearing to happen is this. Even the looking for this is this. Even the seeking this is this. Even the desperate for it, the excruciating aching for it is this, is the beloved looking for itself, is already free, is freedom looking for freedom. Seeking freedom is freedom seeking. And it's just amazing.
You ever have the urge just to walk up to somebody and say, hey, you know, you don't exist?
No, maybe in 2018 when that explosion
When it first
happened,
started?
I was kind of loud and out of control. It kind of went wild for a little while, but no, it's just ordinary life. It's like the neighbor says good morning and I'm like, yay, good morning, have a beautiful day. It's not like good morning. No, good morning didn't happen. This isn't real. You don't even exist. There's no morning. That would be funny. No, it's just like the radio station and there's no doer doing it. There's no control. So it's like if it's resonating or if there's opening, it appears to be spoken about. You know what I mean? Like if I'm hanging out with someone and then it just automatically happens if it's spoken about. And but there wouldn't be like a forcing it or trying to, because there's no doer to force anything or do anything anyway. It's like and then there's no other, there's just one. So there's seeing freedom everywhere. Everything's already freedom. Everything's already God. There's no one to help even. There's no sufferer. There's no one suffering. But there is a compassion, a passion, and there is the memory, which is arising of new information now, which is not of a past event, but of a desperate seeking. So there is, you know, a love or sharing or speaking about this. You know, it's like which is also uncaused and unintentional and spontaneous as well, arising from emptiness. Nothing talking to nothing. Yeah. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. And the thought has nothing to do with anything. You know, it's all playful, it's all innocent. There is no evil, there is no power, there is no higher power, there's no it's just all a play. It was like believing in the boogeyman. And then like poof, like a puff of smoke, it's gone. Yay, guys. Anyone have anything else to say before we wrap up? That was so fun to hang out.
Yeah.
So all the
What'd you say?
all the wars, all the crimes, all the rape, the torture, all are perfect. God's game.
I know, it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
No
Why
ju-
not? Yeah. Yeah.
No judgment. No
Yeah.
judgment.
No judgment, no good, no bad, no one doing it. It's not even really happening. It's all just playful in the imagination, just like having a bad dream or like or even a daydream of something crazy. You know, it's just appearing spontaneously, chaotically for no one and not even real, not even really happening. And I was watching Game of Thrones and it's just so violent and I'm laughing. I'm laughing because it's just beautiful and ridiculous and wonderful. You know, it's just like why not? Why not if you're formless and this isn't real? But you know, imagine that this is, yeah, infinite potential of craziness, crazy and normal. I was talking to someone else about the infinite imagination of infinite probabilities or possibilities or potential, and like a random selection of this and that or over, whatever. And then there's like a balancing too of the opposites, even in the imagination of ideas. So there's like a Leave It to Beaver normal family over here, and then there's the Charles Manson family over here, like balancing it out. It's so great. It is playful. And it's not even, I mean, where's the war? Where's the world? I don't see it, it's just a screen of faces. It's literal. There is nothing beyond the walls. There is no people out there. It's all a beautiful idea, concept, and the infinite dream of what could be, what can be. Oh, amazing. And it's all in love too. It's all unconditional love appearing as this, just totally in love with everything appearing to happen. Even if it's murder, even if it's something that you hated, or it's total perfection and doesn't even exist. Yeah. And making love to its non-self, even through the feeling that exists and then the excruciating pain and tragedy of something, and that's it too. That's freedom. Even when it appears real, that's freedom. Yeah. Thank you guys. I love you. Mwah! Thank you so much.
Thank you.
so much.
Yay. So we'll meet again soon. I'll send out links and then hit me up anytime on the apps.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye.
Right.